Guys, then we're gonna be talking about why rich people can get hot girlfriends, and it's not the money that gets them the girlfriends. So, a couple of days ago, I remember I posted this picture on my Facebook. I cannot snap still, but you know what I mean. I posted this picture on my Facebook, and it talked about me getting a date with my sales skills, and I pretty much gave you almost the answer immediately. Now, there is still some more things to it. Okay, I interviewed a couple of my friends to ask them a couple of questions, like to understand what do they think. Why do richer people, like I'm not rich, but I'm wealthier than the average 17-year-old of people, my friends who are also in entrepreneurship, to ask them the question, okay, why do girls prefer rich people than like average? And the answer is not money. You're gonna be surprised what it is. So keep on watching the full video to understand how everything went through. So at this point, I texted a couple of my friends on WhatsApp, and then some of them responded, some of them didn't, but for those who did, we hopped on a quick call. Yo, Matthew.
Yo, what's up, man?
Why do rich people get hot girlfriends?
Why do rich people get hot girlfriends? It depends on the girl, right? So, I mean, yes, you've got some girls and they'll go with the rich guy because he's got the money. But I also think, I guess most of the time, rich people are in, I guess you could say, maybe a higher quality, higher level friendship group.
Yeah.
And in my personal opinion, I think, most of the time, the higher quality of a friendship group and the higher quality of life you live, the higher quality of women you meet.
Yo,
hello.
Reinis. What's up?
So, Emil.
Yep.
Why do rich people have beautiful girlfriends?
Never actually thought about that. Because they have their life figured out and they know what they want, which is a good thing. Plus, they know how to communicate with people to understand what they want. So they, like communication is better.
Yeah.
I guess.
Right.
They just have a lot of skills in life which benefit them in every single situation that they're ever going to be in.
Now, yeah, these were the answers from my friends. However, I want to give my 2 cents on it because I'm recording this right before I'm actually going to be calling them. So I might be a little bit repetitive, but get them to can speak, but I'll try not to be, okay? So my 2 cents on this is essentially that people who are richer, okay, they have gone through more. By this I mean, if you are actually self-made, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're working overall, like you are discovering yourself, right? Entrepreneurship and business, it's not easy by any means. Like, it's gonna drain a lot of energy from you. You're gonna have to learn a lot. You're gonna have to invest in yourself a lot, and that's gonna help you grow as a human. Now, what I feel more like girls are attracted to, especially, the hot ones, the hot girlfriends, they're not attracted to the money as much. Well, there are some, but they're attracted more to how you have grown and to who you are as a person. Now, this is where wealthy and rich people come in. On average, they are, number 1, smarter. Number 2, they are more confident. Number 3, they're better speaking, right? It just comes with business. Like, I'm just gonna give you an example. The date you saw, this date again, which I got in. The reason why I got it in was because I was confident and was because of my sales skills. Like, literally, the lines I used there, most of them, they came from my cold call script. I just put it in a cold messaging script, and I used that to get some meetings for my own agency. Right? I use the same thing to get a date. Right? It all comes down to sales. Right? When we go out to meet each other, right? It's sales again. Okay? And even a lot of times when I'm thinking in terms of meetings, and when I'm talking to my students about meetings, like there's this concept which I call the two types of meetings, right? If you are going anywhere from below 1K to up to 2.5K, you can close them within one meeting. If you're going above that, it's usually you have to go to multiple meetings. The same thing goes in dating, right? If you want to have a quick win, quick buck, yeah, you can have a one-night stand, like go to a meeting, smash, whatever. If you want to have something bigger, something more, then again, you have to take it slower. You have to build more trust, build more rapport. The same thing happens in sales. The same thing happens in meetings, in business. It just has a lot of parallels to the life we live and to the life we are in. That's why I feel a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of successful people, they can get better partners, right? Because essentially, the if we break everything down to the core, if you break everything down to the bone, our goal as a human, our DNA's goal is just to reproduce as much as we can. And with natural selection, with evolution, our DNA wants to produce with the highest quality DNA of the other person, right? We don't want to, like, if you are successful, you're not gonna want to reproduce with like somebody that's homeless, right? Your DNA just doesn't. That DNA just doesn't fit your DNA's criteria, right? This is if you look at the biology behind this, and there was this there was this book called DNA. It was in Latvian. It just explained DNA and stuff like that. I forgot the name of it. But I'm gonna list it down below. It was a pretty good book, and right now you can see again, if we can talk about these concepts just because we have learned about them, just because we have read about them, we are already more interesting people to listen to. Because right now you're in this video just because I'm more interesting to listen to than other videos out there. Right, I got your attention. The same thing happens in dating. Same thing happens in business. So whatever you learn there, you take over to your life overall, right? And not to mention, I mean, I already mentioned this a couple of times. You just grow as a person all the time, from reading, going to meetings, failing, succeeding, all that stuff. It's just a lot of experiences you gain, and it just helps you grow as a human. So I think the right answer is, it's not whoever is rich or whoever is not rich. It's whoever has the most experiences and whoever is wealthy, not just rich. Like wealthy overall in your mind, in your life, fulfillment, all that stuff. Okay. And another thing I want to mention is confidence, because if you are not, this is like a really cliche thing topic to talk about. Because if you are not going to be confident, other person's going to see that you're going to be needy. So that means nobody wants to be with a needy person, right? I don't want to be with a girl that always needs attention from me. That's neediness. The same thing as a girl doesn't want to be with a boy that's always needy. Fucking hell, somebody's calling me again at the right time. But okay. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, neediness. That is the number one killer of relationships. That's the number one killer why a lot of relationships gets put into the friend zone. That's because the person who is put in the friend zone, they're being needy. They're asking for too much. They're not giving enough. When you're in entrepreneurship, you understand the concept of value. You need to give value in order to get something back, right? I like to think of it as going in depth. Always, you always go in depth, no matter what you do. Like about this, I talked to my student yesterday. He is failing right now, but I told him about this concept, okay? Because he was not working hard enough. His problem was productivity. He's not working hard enough. He's not committed enough. So I told him about that, and I used him as an example for that, because he was my student. When we had our first meeting call, when I was about to close him, he didn't. I didn't close him, but later he came back. And I asked him, hey, why did you come back? He's like, yeah, because you're good. I'm like, yeah, of course I'm good. What happened there was, I put myself into debt, right? Into time debt, into value debt. And I gave everything, all of that feeling to you for free. And then you came back to repay me, right? If you have enough debt, that's enough high quality, people are going to come back to you. They'll want to see you again. This is like a concept I look at. Now, I don't think there's pretty much anything else I want to mention into this video, because then it would go over like 100,000 minutes. Okay, it's not going to be that long. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, this style of format, this concept. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace out.